Hello and welcome. Good morning. It is such a nice spring day out. I don't even have a cardigan on. But welcome to Beehive Quilt Shop's Thursday morning show. We're like our own morning show here. So sometimes we tell you about the weather, sometimes we tell you about the mood. We often just reflect on fun things in fabric. So if you have put us in your curated feed so that you know that there's happiness in the world, I think that that's a great decision. But we have some really fun stuff. So Thursday lives here at Beehive Quilt Shop are Thursday lives at Beehive Quilt Shop are always fun, but we're always showing you new things, and we try to have a curated show for you of fun stuff. And sometimes my mom, the fabric fairy, appears. We have Desiree as our producer. Katie is getting us back in organization mode, and so we just have lots of fun things. But because it is a Thursday morning fabric show and we're part of your weekly schedule, we'd like to give you the weather at the time that this was filmed, which was Thursday, February 19th at 49 degrees outside with southwest winds of 15 miles per hour. I always put on my steamy weather woman voice. Highs of 50 degrees, gusty winds of 20 to 30 miles, up to 40 miles an hour later on. And unfortunately, there really is a bad red flag warning, grass fire danger. Humidity as low as 21%. I feel like in my house it's like 12, honestly. Like I feel like our hair is just on edge. But which is forcing me to buy hair product for my children, which is not my normal thing. I've had to ask my sister-in-law, but I think it's working. Their hair almost looks like hair again. But anyway, just know that Kansas really is a lovely place to live in the winter because we are not Minnesota, Michigan, North Dakota, super cold, frigid conditions. Southern Kansas is like a very great place to have as a retirement community. So if you do not currently live here, I would consider buying property, move here, be a house, move your household. It's, reasonable living prices. It's all kinds of great stuff. But we have sunshine and we have fabric. So that's my tips for you. Move to Southern Kansas and watch Beehive Quilt Shop every Thursday morning, and there was another tip in there, but I forgot it. Drink water. That's always a good one. So today you might notice the quilt that's behind us is it is one of my most favorite quilts ever. It is called Brightly. It is by Cluck Cluck, so I'm going to show you the pattern later on as we unpack the table. But Brightly is just one of my favorite patterns of all time. It just is. It is an Irish chain quilt. It's made out of either a layer cake or fat quarters. And this quilt was supposed to be a throw. And it just kept going. I just kept making blocks because I kept going through my scraps. This is primarily me and my sister's fabric. I don't know if I can quite say, I'm pretty sure it's actually 100% me and my sister's scrap fabric. And then the white background, you're not going to be able to see the texture here. Can I even see the texture? Oh, I can. It is a Bonnie and Camille from a long time ago. I thought it might have been my favorite Moda Swirls, but that's the new background fabric from my other me and my sister stash. But Mom and I have collected me and my sister fabric since the origin of Beehive. And prior to that, so they're really fun. It's really actually a sister company or sister design team. They're a hoot. They're hilarious. I wish I could call them by their first names, but it's just cheerful fabric, and that's part of what we're doing is we're just trying to gain more cheerfulness, more happiness, and that is easily achieved by me and my sister. So there is probably 10 different collections of fabric at least that's behind me. Mom has just curated her own bundle that she's either brought down or she's going to be bringing down for us to show you. But that being said, we're going to move along because it is cheerfulness. We are preparing for springtime. We do not listen to the groundhog. But Heartsy is another pattern that's a lot like Brightly. And Heartsy is a really fun pattern. Also has a super cheerful background fabric that's in this container. And it's not a container, it's a bag. But this background fabric was an exclusive polka dot that we have that was from the All Kansas, All Nebraska Shop Hop. And so if you're interested in one of the best polka dots known to man, I would put this one in here. I should make sure that is linked to the Heartsy pattern by itself because when you do start making a quilt like this, you do it's easy to get out of hand. And when you do a quilt like this, because it's so much fun, you really want to make sure that whatever background fabric you're buying is reorderable. so that when you get out of hand and you have a lap that turns into a queen or a king, you have the ability to at least have the consistent background fabric, even if you're continuing to add more scraps to it. So having a signature background fabric is really important, in my humble opinion, when you're doing that. Another fun inspiration pattern that's on the top of my pile is this super cute little banner. This is only, I think it's only 6 inches wide is how it finishes. Yeah, 6 by 22 Easter egg hunt. Pat Lynch, one of my friends, she went on a bender making these like 1 or 2 years ago, and she made a whole bunch. They're super cute. Tina Friend also has, but it comes with its own metal hanger. So if you're also making this as a gift for other people, this is something that you can reorder to have multiples of, because once you make 1 egg, you're going to want to make more. They're like Pringles. So just consider that. I did think the Pringles commercial at the Super Bowl was a bit wild. It was a whole story there. So speaking of magical background fabric and really important things, one of my favorite signature go-tos for something that's more exciting than a white on white is a texture called Blossom. Can they see that? This is the spring color, but we have it in hot pink, red, teal, a whole bunch of different colors. The hot pink one is really fun because it's several shades of pink and it goes great with Barbie. But if you were going to make a happy spring quilt, the Blossom spring color is just an excellent idea. They come on 10-yard bolts. So if you want to be a superpower, you can buy a whole bolt if you really want to and split it up between 2 or 3 friends. That'd be fun too. This one is, so now what I'm going to show you is like a real fast tour of a whole bunch of different Easter stuff. We now have our Easter fabric is out on the shelf. It's where we had our Valentines, and it's a great location. It's in the aisle that has polka dots and dragons, because we're very diverse here at Beehive Quilt Shop. This one's called I'm All Ears. It's a really fun, like, it has like a pearl, I don't know, it has like a kid's whimsical necklace vibe to it. This one is really cool. This is by a lady named Sarah Campbell. It's called Flower Fields, and it is more exciting than it looks. So this is something that you could get a whole yard of this and it would seem like you bought several different fabrics depending on how you cut it. So it's not an ombre in the fact that it fades from light to dark. It has just a huge variety of color along that piece. I'm sure the repeat's something like 2/3 of a yard, but I would really just get a yard of it. But it's called Flower Heads, I believe is what it's called. Flower Fields is what it's called. Also for Easter, there's lots of different versions of eggs. And if you're like Desiree and me, you have chickens at home. And if you have chickens at home, people are constantly asking you, can I buy some more eggs? Or different things like that. My husband has gone back to the medieval ages and he's trading eggs for other things. He's having way too much fun with our egg production, which is a lot of fun. So if you also raise chickens, feel free to tell us like which chicken breeds you have in the comments, because sometimes people are curious about that. But we have, the coolest thing you traded for your eggs. That's a good idea. So Phil's he's getting raised beds, which, it's very reciprocal. He's very excited to have a winter lettuce garden and broccoli, I think is what he just planted. So we'll keep you updated on Phil's garden. Desiree has a very cool garden as well. Hers is cooler than ours. We have aims to get there. It's not a contest. It's also not a contest. But anyway, this is fabric. It's just eggs. It's egg cartons. It's really exciting. So if you are making egg baskets or someone who loves eggs and they need something, egg carton fabric is really cool. This one I just got from Moda, and this is a collection that's called Super Bloom from Robin Pickens. We did not get the whole collection, but this one we could still order. And I thought it was just the most cheerful thing. I think this has Summer Garden Apron written all over it. It could easily be a fun little table runner. Robin Pickens, the designer of this fabric, is also who has invented thatched. And so I think you could obviously mix thatched in with this and have a really fun spring color palette. This would make a fun directional pillowcase, but I really do think this has apron written all over it. So insert your favorite apron pattern. We even have one that uses, you make an apron out of toweling, like a tea towel. But if you wanted to put pockets on it, this would be a super fun thing. I also think, like a summer rosé champagne would fit in there. They just have a little spring housewarming present. I think that'd be fun. I love this one. This is also from Flower Fields, that collection I showed you with that huge plaid. But this one is just pre-made spring gingham, and it just could be the cutest thing ever. And I love checkerboard fabric. I love buffalo plaid. If you come into the store, like we literally have over 100 ginghams, plaids, and stripes. We have a whole ginormous shelf. Sometime I should really count it, but so we have a huge selection of them. I just got in some more pinks as requested by Andrea Day, which is fun, and so I'm still waiting for a polka dot fabric to come in. This one here is deviled eggs, but they're polka dot deviled eggs. So this is just a really fun print. There's something about eggs. I mean, we eat a bunch of them. This is from Zooming Chickens, which is a fun collection. But this would be really fun. It'd be fun. Because it's deviled eggs. And there's a lot of parallels between my husband and my mom. And I don't talk about it a lot with Phil, but my mom knows how similar they both are sometimes, and it just is too funny. But they both love deviled eggs enormously, and it's just too funny because it's a great excuse for the other to make deviled eggs. This is a Jelly Belly fabric, but it's not officially Jelly Belly. Although, wouldn't that be fun? Riley Blake should have official Jelly Belly fabric. Wouldn't that be cool? I bet people could get into that. But this is called from that collection called I'm All Ears, and it's got jelly bellies. It's just super cute. It would make a fun little coin purse for a kiddo. They don't make lots of Easter fabric, which is the other thing I wanted to tell you guys. So whenever we find the good stuff, we try to scoop it up. But this is one that we have found that has tiny little eggs, and it's adorable. It's super cute. It really is the same vibe as this Me and My Sister fabric. So if you are wanting to make this quilt, you could definitely bring in other things other than just Me and My Sister fabric to make it. But this is a collection called Patterned Eggs. Oh, and this has the seal of the real cotton. Like the Cotton Growers Association, like cotton durable, soft hand. How interesting. So anyway, that's some Easter egg fabric. Another good Easter egg plaid right here. This one would be really fun. And again, it'd be a great little Easter one. It even has, yes, it has the little bunnies. It's just super cute. This is from Blank, and this is again from I'm All Ears. So they're just going with too many puns there, but some more of our Easter fabric. And another good Easter plaid. This one's Hoppy Easter, which is the name of several super cool things, so you can look into that. And this is called Remix Spring. Anyway, but it's a great little polka dot, so that's pretty fun. So now that we've unpacked the table, here are these different ones. So if you're just now joining us this morning, the quilt behind me is called Brightly, and it's made out of Me and My Sister fabric, and it's one of my favorite patterns. It was supposed to be this size, which is a throw, which you can make out of 1 layer cake or 13 fat quarters, but mine just got out of hand real quick and it turned into a king. I didn't pay attention. No, I mean, I did pay attention. I had already made the 1 quarter, and it was just like, I could make this bigger. And I was like, well, I might, but when you make a king size quilt, you are almost like quadrupling the thing. I think mine even might be bigger king than what they have. Their king is 96 by 108. I know mine's square, and it is every ounce of 108 inches. I'm pretty sure it goes 1 more block over. But anyway, it's just fun. But you use anywhere from 2.5 yards of background fabric to 5.5 yards. So what I was telling before is if you have ever gotten out of hand making a quilt, I mean, it happens. You drink 3 cups of coffee. It's just, and I would say it goes south, except for it doesn't. You just end up making a bigger quilt. You need to make sure whatever background fabric you start with, you can order more of, so that you just have the best chance for success, especially when you're dealing with scraps, because we've all had that joke of like, I made a scrap quilt and my bin is still entirely full, like, because fabric just multiplies. It just happens. But Brightly is a 12-inch square. The way that she tells you how to make these star points is incredibly easy. It's great for a beginner, and I really recommend a seam guide tape from Cluck Cluck. So that's amazing. So this is going to be a speed date tour. But here's Brightly, which is of course the classic, and it was so popular she invented Heartsy, which is a wonderful heart-themed block. So, you could even do this and leave it blank in the middle and make a whole separate heart quilt because you have a great heart block in this pattern. She did pumpkin patches because if you're going to have hearts, you might as well have pumpkins because the fall is wonderful. Now, this is made with Halloween fabric on the front cover, but it would be really cozy with like a caramel color and real fall and the golds. I just would be beautiful with really, really great fall fabric. And then this one's a little bit different, but well, actually, let me show you this one first. Des found this one. This is the mini Brightly Holidays. So Cluck Cluck So she went above and beyond, and she knows that people like me are all obsessed with this. Oh, and there is the tree one too. Anyway, we have that. We have all the Brightly patterns because they're so great, but this one has mini Brightly Heartsy pumpkin patches and mini Evergreen, which Evergreen is the name of her one that's like this, but with trees. It's a great, great quilt. So highly recommend it. Now this one for background fabric, they're all basically about a yard. So the summary is really you want to buy 3 yards of fabric if you're going to make the lap size, but if you're going to make king and you have a tendency of doing that, 6 yards would be perfectly reasonable to get for background fabric. And you can always get a solid, but something that's more exciting like a low volume is great. Now this pattern someone ordered yesterday online, which is super fun. This one is a courthouse steps log cabin type of block, but it's kind of like those courthouse steps that get complicated. It's basically like an Irish chain made a log cabin, but they're courthouse steps. And anyway, her version of that is called Limelight, and it has her excellent way of making stars in the middle. And this was brand new last fall. Jelly Twist is also an Irish chain styled quilt, except for instead of being as much out of layer cakes, this is jelly roll friendly, as it is called a Jelly Twist. But another great reason why this is a good block for beginners is because this one has 2 blocks. We have the Irish chain block and the star block, and they both feed in together to make the Irish chain look. But this one only really is 1 block. And it's just how you twist it, is how it turns into that. So this really is an excellent pattern. You don't have to worry about directional fabric. So it's another great reason why it's good for beginners. This one, if you did have directional fabric, you can control it pretty easily if you want to. But I make it intentional that most of these are not directional material, so I didn't have to worry about it because that's why it's just fun. But also because it's Easter and yesterday was Ash Wednesday. This one is a really popular pattern. I need to go back and post her quilt. She's such a fabulous person. Like, her name is escaping me right now. She works at Talbot. She's fabulous. So if you go to Talbot's up in Wichita, there's a great lady that works there that is a wonderful quilter. And she made this quilt. And it's just, it's not complicated at all. It has crib, throw, and queen. And it blends Irish chains, crosses, and hearts together. So it's really wonderful. So that's another great pattern. I think my mom still hasn't brought down her cool stack of fabric, but I know Mom has made some kind of me and my sister fat quarter bundle this morning. This one is one of me and my sister's, I think, very Eastery things. This reminds me of the Target bird. I don't remember if the Target bird has a name. I'm sure the collection has a name. I'm sure it does. But those are that's a $5 home decor, except for now I think they're $6. But it's a cute little bird, and this looks like the little Target bird for me, but it's just a cute little bird. It doesn't even have a type of bird. It's a bird. But this line was called Good Day. It's called Good Day if you want the bird. And what is it called when you're a bird watcher? Birding? Is that what it's called? Birding? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you know someone who's birding, someone at Christmas time that might have gotten that wireless connected bird feeder. It's been a delight. Right, it's like a thing. It's a thing. So if you got the wireless bird feeder and you've got it on an app on your phone, and that is part of how you enjoy and spend your day, because that's part of life, is just making sure you're enjoying the passage of time. The digital bird thing is a way to do that. And if it was a fabric and whimsical and Easter coated in, that's what it would be, is that Good Day fabric. We just finished, this is not exciting at all. I don't know why I was giving you a close-up. This is the exciting part. So this is a really cool, very popular thing at Beehive Quilt Shop. This is the Hokey Pokey bag, and by Abby Lane Designs. And the Hokey Pokey bag is even more fun than doing the Hokey Pokey with small children. But this is out of Everglow's hippo. I don't remember if we have more of the hippo fabric or not, but Terry Sutton made this up, and it's so cool. It has a giant little pincushion, but it's a hanging decorative trash can. Now, part of the joy of this pattern is that it is lined, but it has boning in it. And boning is a weird product to buy in source. course, and not every quilt shop has it, but we keep it in stock that you can buy it by the yard. However, the most popular reason people are doing it is not to make corsets, which is its original intent, but it's to make these cute trash cans. So we just, and by we I mean Rita, finished making these amazing hokey pokey interfacing kits. So now you can buy the pattern and get the interfacing pack. That's got all the different goofy interfacings that you need, because even though it's a simple pattern, the supply list is maybe not stuff that you just keep on hand unless you make corsets in your free time, which I know that there are people that must do that. And there's still people I know that make their own lingerie, you know.
Costume design and theater.
Yes, all kinds of stuff. So you may be one of those people and you're like, I have scads of boning. But if you're not,
Doing cosplay stuff.
yeah, kids who do cosplay, all kinds of stuff. And you could buy your own roll of boning if you would like, or you may buy it in our cool kit. But I always struggle also spelling hokey pokey bag, because I want to spell like hockey or different versions of hokey, because I'm also a little dyslexic. But anyway, just type in pokey, but pokey also has an EY. This is kind of challenging for dyslexic people. So just take a screenshot of the hokey pokey bag and know that we have this pattern. We keep it next to the Tulip Pink because that's where Everglow came from. And if you've made one of these before, I know you can't post a picture when the live is going on, but I think you can post a picture later on afterwards. It's just a fun thing. This is just another floral that's really fun. That's also that Flower Fields line I was telling you about earlier. So other cool things. This is brand new, just came in. We've been waiting for these for months, but this is called Alpha Clippies. Anyway, we're going to have, Mom is going to have some in her quilt room. I know, but I'm very excited about this. So there are so many different types of alphabet contraptions, because there's so many patterns that use alphabets in reference to the parts and pieces that you're cutting out for a block, especially Lori Holt and Elizabeth Hartman, two of our favorite designers. But these Alpha Clippies, I think, are even better. So they have a spring and they're a clip. So when you're cutting all the eyes out, you really can clip the eyes, because there's the other product I like the most, I think, is Lori Holt stickers that have alphabet stuff on them. But again, you're only getting the sticker on the top piece. And if, you know, your cat sneezes or something happens, you know, that top piece could go astray. So this little clippy here, you do have to give it a little bit of a pinch, but it can go, the mouth is pretty deep. So if you're doing that, I think that that's pretty handy, especially if you're one of those people that's getting ready for a quilt retreat and you're trying to get all of your cutting done ahead of time so that once you arrive, you can just get busy sewing. This would be a really great way to stay organized so that you could still clip all of your fabrics and put them in a tub. And get busy going to your quilt retreat. But this is just my little tip. But this is called Alpha Clippies, and they're $25, $24.99, and they come in this really good case. But it is designed by It's So Emma, who is the publishing house for Lori Holt's Farm Girl Vintage and all of her books and patterns and things like that. So Alpha Clippies are amazing. But like I said, I think this box we're going to be going to mom's house, mom's apartment. Just because we need this in our life, because it's going to be more organization. Other things that Alpha Clippies remind me of are cool and complicated projects, and also easy projects. But this you don't need Alpha Clippies for at all, other than the fact that there is a bunch of different colors. But we have kitted our own version of the Tilda Pixelated Rose. It's called Flower Vase is the name of it. It has, the pattern is printed off inside of the pack, and it is beautifully curated. Desiree put together all these different solid colors. Gay was our inspiration, and it's just gorgeous. Now yes, you get to pick your own background. And so it's a ton of fabric, but they're all solids and they all go together, which is really fun. So this is one, is by alphabets, or are the colors numbered? I'm trying to remember, but this free pattern has this in here. I think, anyway, she's got great color graphics they are numbered. So this one is numbered, not alphabetized, but you can have the same joy of organization of getting these all done. And if you go on our website, we do have the solid fabrics linked that go with this. No, I didn't get it. Oh, I'm pushing it. I'm going to let Desiree fix that. But anyway, just know that we have the flower vase kit, and it's the pixelated rose from Tilda, and it makes 63 by 81 and a half. So we've got that in stock. Mom is ready to show you what she's been up to this morning, but she's got to get through my my Easter fabric that I've got there on the floor.
Wow, look at this. So fun. So I picked out.
That's too funny. I told Mom, oh, Katie should probably do it too, but
She did.
Oh, I did do one.
Oh, good. So anyway, I challenged the gals here this morning to go through and find what kind of fat quarter bundle would you pick and what background fabric would you pick if you were going to make the Brightly quilt. So we could just see all of our different styles. So what did you pick out, Mom?
So I picked out 20, me and my sister fabrics. Wouldn't necessarily be in this order, but when you do this project, you'll just have them scattered all over. But I think that it's so fun. I love all the pinks and that, like, I don't know, what do you call this, turquoise?
Aqua turquoise, yes.
And a little bit of purple. Anyway, it's just really fun. I put a thatched next
I
to
think
it.
it's Germans actually have a special name for like what we call light blue. Like Germans have their own, like it doesn't just say light blue. It has it, yes, just call your grandma, please ask her. But they have its own name. Like it doesn't just say light blue. Like there's a word for it.
But anyway,
Yeah.
can you see all these fun fabrics? So if you really want to have a lot of fun, I think you can put this fun background. Which
Oh,
is,
and this is called multicolor dovetail ditzy. Ditzy is a fun name.
And which
It's made by I think Figo Fabrics, which is the
Dovetail
modern
Daisy.
line.
Is it Dovetail Daisy?
I think it's Ditsy. Ditsy. Ditsy.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is link both of these bolts so that if you're looking at this fat quarter bundle,
But you could
also
do
find
white
both
thatch.
bolts. But I think either one would be kind of fun.
Great showcase, Mom. And
Yes.
and this what did you call your fat quarter bundle here?
I'm going to call it Connie's pick for Brightly.
Okay.
Me and my sister.
That
I
sounds
don't
good.
know.
Connie's
Something
pick.
like that.
No, you were going to call it Connie's pick for Brightly because that's what you've told them you're calling it. So
Do you
that
have
way
any
they can
better
type in
ideas?
Connie's. No, that's great. I think it's
Okay.
wonderful.
All right.
Yeah. You know, if you come up with fun nicknames, you can always add that in the alternative things. Katie, do you want to show them what you've got?
Sure.
You just have to walk over my Easter bolt is right there. So just be mindful of it.
So I grabbed this curated bundle that we did. It's Aunt Grace goes scrappy, and it's like 30
Cute.
fabric. I gotta pull some of them out. I love this line because it just has like the cutest little like whimsical prints in it, like this
An
little
elephant with a drum. That's adorable. And a trumpet. They're
And
multicolored.
then, I mean, my personal favorite.
Oh, the
This
cats.
little kitty playing drums and the piano, and she's got like a little bow. Anyway,
And teensy tiny music dots.
just so cute.
Music
Really
notes. They're
cool.
not music dots. Anyway,
Um,
I'm thankful for all the people who know how
I
to read music.
grabbed- I don't even know.
This is called White Beach Sand.
Yeah.
But it really is like a fun flecked.
Yeah. And it kind of just pulls in a lot of the colors.
It reminds me of there's a style of like clay. It's like the Italian clay where you take out like little snippets and it gets mashed in. Target has a cute little arts and crafts thing that Stella got as a birthday present, but that has the name of it. But it's like some Italian way of like you take white clay and then you take little snippets of color and then you like smash it with the
Oh,
rolling
yeah,
pin
yeah.
and it makes a flattened confetti, but they're not all the same type of confetti. Like it's not like sprinkles.
Yeah. They're going to be different shapes. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more geometric.
And what's the name of that fat quarter bundle?
It-
Aunt Grace goes scrappy.
Mhm. Yes,
Always
just have an
take a
Aunt
chunk.
Grace. Aunt Grace.
Yeah. And there's 20 of them in there, which I think is the right amount of fat quarters to make a twin, Brightly.
Oh yes, that's a good thing to look up. Yeah, we've got all those versions
All
right
the
there.
Brightleys. Let's see. Yeah. Make
Yes,
a twin.
20 fat quarters. Ah, that's great. That's great. So then you would need 4 yards of background fabric. I'm rounding up a quarter of a yard not because you're going to make a mistake. It's again because you're going to have fun. You're going to make it bigger.
And you might even, yeah. just make it
Yeah.
a little bigger.
Yeah, I think you're going to. That's a beautiful choice. Beautiful
Thank you.
choice. It's very well. It's just a good bundle. We love making bundles.
It's so pretty. It's rainbowy.
And we talked about Brightly let's see here. Brightly came out in 2020. So it was at the height of when we all needed some more inspiration. And I'm pretty sure it came out after COVID got going. And so it came out right as I had Maribel. And I think that's, half the fun. Because when you're at home and it's COVID and you're not going out to wherever, you know, we all had more permission to
Yeah.
stay at home and sew. And so I think we all need to give ourselves that permission back, you know, to stay at home and sew.
Everybody make a brightly quilt this weekend.
Yes.
I have one I started, I don't know, a year ago.
Oh yeah, you gotta get, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Just make
Yeah,
even up.
because I wanted some different fabrics in it, so I bought some more, and because I didn't mind the layer cake, so.
yes. Oh, I remember now.
Yeah,
I
so
remember.
I need
That was
to
a good
redo
one.
some blocks.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Now, Desiree, you have, what was your bundle?
Yeah.
So Des is going to stay as the producer, but Des, her bundle is so fun. I love, she said great choice. This is the magical background back quarter bundle, and she's paired it with the Tula Pink Solids bundle, which is just a match made in inspirational heaven. It's just super. It's super. It just really is. So this is officially, it's just Tula Pink Fat Quarter, but these are her original solids. So if you know Tula Pink, she has, I'm on my tippy toes, not sure why that is. But anyway, Tula Pink has come up with several different lines of solids over the years. These are her classics from her original True Colors. And then she came up with Unicorn Poop and Dragon's Breath. And this is like her original set of background fabrics that are her solids. So this could be so good in so many things, but you can really imagine how that would make a great charm and that this would be really exciting. This is also a great strategy to use fat quarters as your background fabric and use magical backgrounds, because then as you get out of hand and your throw becomes a king, you're able to just add in a few more fat quarters to keep it all fresh and exciting. So I think that is just, obviously this is a choice for winners right here. But any choice you make at Beehive is, of course, great. And again, it's not a competition. We all win when you buy fabric at Beehive. So that's just fun. But other cool things, because it's spring, we just got in these 2 new quilty charms that are hydrangeas. And I just love hydrangeas. When I lived in Manhattan and Topeka, I used to be able to get to go to Hy-Vee, and for $4, I could buy this giant hydrangea stem, and I would put it in a glass of water, and I would keep it on my bathroom and just put a little food in it, and it would stay beautiful for like 2 weeks, this one stem of a hydrangea, and it was just gorgeous. Now, if you are lucky enough to be one of Bluebird Machine Quilting's customers, Annette Haga has one of the most beautiful hydrangea bushes I have ever seen in my whole life. It is ginormous. It just happens to be cosmically printed or planted on the right part of the sun. I don't know, but it's gorgeous. So I just think of, when I think of hydrangeas, I think of Annette's beautiful hydrangea bush. So we have 2 of these colors, and they're quilty charms. We have the pink and the blue hydrangea. But not only that, we have brand new wide back fabric that is from Riley Blake. That's hydrangea. So we have it in purple, and we have it in periwinkle. And so both of these I think are beautiful, and they're the little hydrangea individual flowers. And so you can just imagine how beautiful those are. But I love jewel tones. I just do. And so that's very exciting. Those are 2 new wide backs. We easily have over 100. I'm not sure if it's 200 different wide back prints. So just consider looking at our wide backs. But the next thing I want to show you is this is a Kaffe Fassett book that we've had, and it's the timeless themes, because your stash is timeless. It's been curated by you. And this has 23 new quilts that are inspired in here. But it's a hardback book from Kaffe, and it's full of all kinds of different projects. And I love whoever did the graphic design, because all of the charts that show you how to put it together, it really allows you to do your own stash, because you aren't going to be caught up in thinking about your own, not having these out of print Kaffes that none of us can get anymore. Someone brought on a Kaffe quilt the other day that their friend had made like 10 years ago, and the Kaffes that are in it are just beautiful, but they're timeless. But most of all of them are out of print, which is why it's just important to buy fabric, because you never know when it's going to stop being printed. But Timeless Themes is a great book full of fussy cutting patterns. And the one I wanted to show you is the thing I would do, because it's one of the oldest screenshots on my phone when the Brightly pattern came out, is a dramatic Kaffe Brightly. So this was the background fabric that I saw someone do. This is the Aboriginal dot that Kaffe has designed. It's just absolutely beautiful. The color is orchid, which is very dramatic. But if you could see from the camera, but it's black with little purple dots, and it's just really dramatic. And if I were going to do it, they had all kinds of colors, but this is going to be our new peacock bundle. And so it's just, I don't know if you can see the whole thing or not, but it's just very purpley and blue and green. And I think I said all the right colors. Sometimes words slip out of my mouth. But anyway, it's peacock colors. It's beautiful. It looks super, right? Isn't this just, it'd be beautiful. So this is orchid, Aboriginal dot. So like we're going to link this piece behind this fat quarter bundle so that you can try. But I think we're going to make this a half yard bundle too, because it's just really wonderful. The other thing that we have that's similar right now, because this isn't scanned out in the computer yet, it's going to be something we do this afternoon, but we are going to have, it's definitely called peacock. So we're making more peacock bundles because it goes great as the San Julian quilt, but this needs to be in a sometimes it's funny. Des just laughs. I never know if it's something that I've said or it's something that funny meme. You never know. But it's so good she had to walk away. This is called Blue Country Snowball. Is this kit, which is similar, but this is a set of half yard cuts that's in here that are blues and purples. And so this bundle has some of the same pieces, but because this is so good as a half yard piece, I feel like this will be half yards and fat quarters, but both will be called Kaffe Peacock, which is just it's a fun color palette. So that's just one of the great inspirations. So again, Aboriginal dot colored orchid and the peacock Kaffe bundle, which is going to be coming out later this afternoon. Mom just finished rekitting the Sweet as Pie Kimberbell bench pillow, which is just exciting that's happened. And
say Kate and Brandon would be so like impressed that you picked a dark color for the background.
yes.
Some things I remember from their class, but it's not like everybody always wants to choose white. It doesn't have to be white. It can be a color.
Yeah, and I did make that before I met them. I still love it. And Kaffe has something really funny that he says, like, you know, everybody has taste, but some people have bad taste. Like he says something like that, but it sounds way better because Kaffe has, of course, said it. But anyway, I do think that it's dramatic and cool, and yeah, be saucy. But Kaffe does call when you have like dark colors and dark inky purples and things like that. He calls it smoldering, and I just love that. And I'm still waiting for them to have their collection come out where they have their color palettes or get named. But I want him to have one that says smolder because he just designed such cool fabric. And I just made we just did a custom pull for someone for a Kaffe project. She found one of our old videos that had a kit in it and we're out of stock of it, but we really could make more of it again. And it's a pattern that's in the Kaffe Quilts by the Sea. And that, it keeps it challenging and fun and fresh for us because usually if you want something, then someone else probably wants it too. And we just love Kaffe Fassett fabric. So it's just going to be really fun to make that project up again, even though they're going to be out of new prints. So we talked about timeless themes. Now we have a little bit, this is totally a different direction. But math is good. It's just a good thing to be good at. And for kids and all kinds of stuff, it's fun. But we do a lot of quilt math here at the table. But whenever someone walks in and they've already done the quilt math, it's like, oh, they know their stuff. Like, we are impressed by your math skills. So by all means, we can help you, but we just absolutely love it when you walk in with confidence and you know what you want and you've already measured your quilt, because it's just a good feeling to know what you've got going on. But we can help you scale up. So not that this is for quilters, but this is for kiddos, but it could be for adults just trying to be smart. I hadn't thought about that. But these are called math perplexlers. Oh my gosh, it's hard to say. Yeah, it is perplexlers. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of different little stories that are in here. My daughter Stella, who's in second grade, they're starting to do more word math stories. And is that what it's called? Word math problems, paragraph math problems. Anyway, and she really likes them, which is fun. She likes solving puzzles. And so when kids are interested in that, the beautiful part about elementary school is some kids don't know that school is work because it's not work. It's fun to learn. And I love that my daughter loves learning about math. So it's called deductive logic puzzles. So if you would like to make more advanced deductive logic reasoning, these are some really great books. We have the whole series and collection of them. They're from Mindware and they're $12.95. So Math Perplexlers is just a great thing. I'm going to have to go to speech therapy to say perplexlers better because I can feel part of my mouth is weak saying that. Like, have you ever said that one a word and you just feel like your mouth, like, well, I don't know what happened to my lips, but yeah, something is weak there. Anyway, I know that there's a lot of good quilters that are speech. Is it called speech pathologists? Mm-hmm. Is that the term? So we appreciate you speech pathologists that help kiddos with speech. It's very important. This is called Catch of the Day. So we just finished football season where we have the collection from the Chiefs that we love in Kansas City called What a Catch, but this is called Catch of the Day. So we're going to hard pivot from football and the Chiefs into fishing. So if you know somebody who likes fishing, we now have a whole collection of different fishy things. The type of fly fishing is just a wonderful thing. So this one is called fly fishing lures. This one is called Trout Fish on Aqua, and this one is called Catch of the Day. So if you think we need to make a fat quarter bundle of this, let us know. But you can see they're so brand new. This still has the tape on it. So we actually put our fish fabric next to our bee fabric because it's all the wilderness and things like that are good. Rosie's here, which means that, let's see here, what time? Oh, I'm not doing this. Oh, it's good. It's about the time. We're doing good. We're doing fine. One of the last things I wanted to show you is that we love showing you when people put in different orders for things. But this week is the National FFA Week, which is a big deal. So our local FFA chapter had their labor auction. They've done their thank you community dinner, spaghetti feed. But there's all kinds of FFA quilts that we've been getting into long arm or to help people, and we love it because we've been shipping a lot of FFA fabrics. I'm going to cover up this person's name over here, but this person has great taste. Oh, I'll tell you that it's going to Idaho, but they've ordered a panel and some yardage. And so here's the yardage, which is the National FFA, and it is officially licensed fabric. And then this is the FFA panel. One of them that they've had, because we've also had the Creed panel. I don't remember if we have more of that or not. But this, you can see the dotted cut line. But this, it has part of, oh my gosh, here we go. Here it is. So it has part of the important thing on it. So it has part of what I believe in, but this is just a part. This is like reading like page 5 of a book, but it says, I believe in less dependence on begging and more power in bargaining, in the life abundant and enough honest wealth to help make it so for others as well as myself, and less need for charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends on me. And I just think that it's very powerful. That's only just part of the FFA Creed, and this panel has those parts and pieces that are on here, beautifully designed. We've even got some cows in here. So if you're interested in getting FFA fabric, know that we have FFA and 4-H fabric, but it is National FFA Week, so it's a great time to do that. So I hope you've enjoyed our Facebook Live. Again, if you've just joined us at the end, this is the Brightly quilt from Cluck Cluck Sew that we absolutely love. Her seam guide tape is worth it, and always buy 3 to 6 yards background fabric because a lap quilt could turn into a king quilt by accident. So have a great weekend. Thanks for coming.